Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Be Live. I'm your host, Harry Bridgeforth, and today I have a very special guest with me, partnership exec, music entrepreneur, executive producer, co-writer, author, well-rounded young guy, good friend, Mr. Khairi Williams. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much, man.
No problem, no problem. So tonight we're going to be talking to Khairi about a particular book that he put out, a children's book that he's a co-author with my boy Do It All, and it's
Yes,
called
sir.
You Can Do It All. So they have it in circulation. We're going to talk a little bit about Khairi's origins, pick his mind a little bit about his career in the music industry and how all this stuff is intertwined, and then also we're going to give you a little bit more contact information at the end, just in case you guys were interested in reaching out to him, so we can look into the book, pick his mind a little bit more. Okay.
Awesome. Let's get it.
All right. So first question, right? So, everyone has the story, their life has a beginning. Where did you start? Like, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school?
Yeah. So I grew up I'm from Jersey, so I was born
Jersey.
in Newark, New Jersey. Everybody knows Newark, but
Yep.
most people do anyway. But I grew up in a town called New Brunswick, which is central New Jersey. Rutgers University, for those that might know, not too far from Princeton, and working class neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and it really kind of gave me that small town. It encompasses what Jersey is as a whole, which is like the kind of chip on my shoulder, kind of like us against the world, which I guess everybody has that mentality. You see that T-shirt everywhere. But and then so when I went to high school, I had an interesting high school experience because even though I was from that town, I went to a county school, so it was a lot of different kids from different cities all over Central Jersey. So
Okay. So
it
there's a
was
lot of like diversity. You mean like, or is it
diversity.
just like from different parts?
Different parts. Yes, I
Mm.
mean demographically,
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty much the same kind of kids. Black and brown kids, but very diverse because all of these cities come with their own, flavored style and things like that. And from high school, I really learned how to kind of mix and mingle. The best way
Mhm.
is the best way I can put it. So in the lunchroom, I would sit down and I would have conversations with the guys from this area. We
This
would talk
area,
about
yeah.
politics because when I went to school, when I went to high school, I'm a millennial, and it was an interesting time. It was 2001, so there
Yep.
was a lot of crazy things that was happening at that time. So I
Mhm.
would sit at this table and we would talk about these things, maybe some geopolitical for what we thought we knew anyway, being
Yeah,
in
at the
ninth,
time.
10th grade.
Yeah. That's a very,
But
very hectic moment in history for
yeah,
all Americans and the world, really. So, yep.
absolutely.
Mhm.
But I would jump from there. And the crazy thing about 2001, and the reason I'm saying this year is because it was so impactful. I would jump from that table, and then I would jump to the next table, and then the debate would be Jadakiss versus Beanie Siegel, or even more importantly, Nas versus Jay Z, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep,
that's when the
yep.
Blueprint One
The
came out,
time. Yep.
and
Mhm.
everybody's waiting on when is Nas gonna respond?
Don't come
That
back.
whole
Yep. There was a
so
lot of
so
beefs. Like it was like a typical thing, but like Jay and Nas was like the main one. It's like, okay, who did what?
yo that
How did who got who? But yeah, yep,
exactly.
yep.
And it wasn't like a one day, or like I
Mm-mm.
guess currently the most reminiscent thing you could say is maybe like a Drake and a Kendrick, but it really doesn't compare to that time.
Nah.
Like it's almost embarrassing that we talked about this one thing for about 4 months straight in
Yeah,
high
it was a
school, every
constant. It
single
was a
day.
constant. And you could you imagine, right? So I talk to my kids. My wife is a hip hop person. She loves hip hop and things like that. But the reality of the time is that we didn't have like social media, and it wasn't really like big with the internet. So like,
Right.
could you imagine if that was going on and you had social media and you could see like
Information overload,
yeah,
man.
it's like, come on, bro. Like we're lucky that happened at the time, because it probably was going to end up with some like negative, crazy stuff happening. Like now,
Oh
the
yeah,
beats are more like people just talking. They're not really like doing nothing. Back then, we didn't know if something gonna happen to somebody.
and I mean the things, not to rehash the whole thing, but the things that Jay-Z and Nas were talking to each other about and beefing about were way more serious.
Serious. It was
You
like
know,
real
than
stuff.
these
It's like,
guys.
bruh,
Like,
I don't know. I don't know where the
so
line is cut, but whatever. Yeah,
so
man. Yep.
and so on. I mean, Allen Iverson was the man at that time. So we have these basketball discussions about Chris Webber and the Sacramento Kings and the Lakers were on top. And I was a Nets fan, so we were somewhat relevant at that time. So that was the whole thing. So like, and but on top of that, it was like so many different people from so many different areas. Mm-hmm. So if I have friends that live in, just for your audience might not know, but I live in New Brunswick, but I might have friends or I might have a girl that I want to see that live in Perth Amboy. So I'm taking the bus and I'm going all the way over here. I'm going to this place and I'm going to that place. So I'm becoming very well-rounded and I'm learning how to be ambiguous is not the right word, but I'm learning how to kind of culturally code switch, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to it, but later on, which I found out what was going to be very impactful for me, what I do in my life and things like that. But I was kind of being prepared for that because I wasn't pigeonholed to one area, to one town, to one set of people or cultural, dialogue or anything like that. I was constantly introduced to different things. And a little tidbit, because I know you're a sports guy. I always brag on this. Carl Anthony Towns' father, Carl Towns Sr., was my basketball coach in high school, Piscataway Tech. Shout to the Raiders.
There you go. You gotta keep that one.
Yeah, man. That's a cocktail party, little. By the way,
let me throw that in there real quick. Yeah. So we start. We're in New Jersey. So you're. I guess New Jersey is still New England, right? New England. Is it?
No, that's what they call Mid-Atlantic.
It's like it's Mid-Atlantic, but it's like close enough where you kind of fall. Like I said, I grew up in Connecticut, so we get almost the same kind of weather and stuff like that. But
yeah, definitely.
After you go to school, you graduate high school, right? Then you go into, how'd you get into like the music or entertainment industry? Like how did you get into that for like people that are trying to maybe get into it?
So it originates in high school. Love hip hop. I was in a rap group called the Dynamic Duo. Me and my best friend, my homeboy, Shopton Mees. And we were taking it very extremely serious. I mean, it's making our CDs and stuff like that, and doing our thing. And I kind of made this. So from there, I went to college. I went to a county junior college in my area, and I kind of made that distinction right there with that because I was a part of the concert committee, right? I was learning about putting shows together, and I was learning about some of the more professional aspects of event planning and things like that. And it clicked for me. I said, you know what? This is really what I want to do. I want to pursue music. So I went all the way in on music, creating a community as far as with producers and other rappers, and putting these battles at the campus. I would put these battles together where I have people, because again, I had relationships with people from all over that area.
Yeah. So you could pull and like, okay, I got this guy. Oh, he don't know. He's not even in the vicinity. I'm gonna get this guy. They sound different. They look different. Yeah. That's what's up.
And one thing that I noticed, man, about myself is, as much as I love making the music and love creating the music, I love creating opportunity for other people to do it as well. Like I really genuinely like it, right? So, I keep doing my thing, and that takes me. And just as an aside, I learned all these other talents, other things that I have too. Because one thing, and I'll say this. This is not like a flex or nothing like that, because I don't have much to show for it. But before it was really popular, doing the video blogging thing, and people can go on my Facebook. I still have everything up there. I was doing that early, where I would jump on video blogs and talk about anything.
Yeah.
What people? What we see.
That's what I'm saying. Like now,
today,
people, everybody, you see, like everybody does it. Like everyone does it now because you got a phone. You know,
Yep.
you got to remember back in the day, we didn't have no cell phone with no camera or nothing. So
digital
unless you
camera,
had-
SD card.
yeah, SD card.
Take it out the camera, put the SD card in the
Battery died. You're like, oh, cut. I got it.
It was a grind, man.
Yeah,
and
it was a full blown production. Now you get a camera and your phone, some lights.
It's so easy, man.
Good. Yeah.
But so I was doing that. I had my friend, my best friend, who also I rapped with, that was like a jokester. He was like the Drewski before Drewski.
Okay.
So he would go around doing these funny skits, and we would be videotaping that. And I would also, you know, I would experiment with different sounds. Like I was experimenting with the Jersey club sound as far as the music. I say all that to say that I knew very early on that I had to diversify the portfolio.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to do everything that was in entertainment. I didn't just want to, you know, I didn't just want to rap. But anyway, that was just an aside, just to go back forward. So I'm continuing to do my thing. And then one day, my cousin, my cousin Master Love, hits me, and he's like, "Yo, you seem like you really want to take this music thing serious, man. Why don't you holler at Duke? Why don't you holler at Dupre?" So
Shout
I'm
out
like,
to Duke.
yeah. So I'm like, really? Like, you think like Duke probably don't even remember me? He hasn't seen me since I was a little kid. Like, you know, whatever. Because one thing I remember about Duke, man, is I was like maybe 7 years old at my grandmother's house. My grandmother lived on Vermont Avenue off 18th Avenue, which is on the borderline of Irvington and Newark. And these guys came to the house, and they would show these VHS tapes with, like, you know, these dudes performing in Japan. I think it was Japan or somewhere across seas. They were performing, they would do their thing, and they were giving us these like stickers, and then they had this huge poster that my grandmother posted in the kitchen. It was so crazy. Like, she put it up in the kitchen. It was a Lords of the Underground poster.
There you go.
And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what is this? Like, I had no clue. And, you know, time goes on. I discovered hip hop, whatever. Make a long story short. So, my cousin is like, yo, I talk, you know, Dupre, dude, he knows who you are, man. He's gonna hit you. So I hit up Dude, and you know Dude, man. He's like, oh, if that's what you want to do, you doing music, all right, pull up on me. Let's figure this out. And then it you know, just it went from me kind of just coming around and just us rekindling or kindling rather, you know, our relationship as far as like, you know, relatives, that's cousins, but not really. He's 15 years older than me. So figuring that out to saying like, yo, you have something here. Let's really do something. Let's work together.
Yeah, let's take it serious. Dude is about his business. Like, he's not a guy, super down to earth. You know, like I said, I've known him for years, and he never acts out of character, but he's very like strategic on what he does. A very like a positive mindset, but very direct. Like, he knows what he wants to do, and if you want to do it, he's like, yo, let's make some moves, let's do this, blah blah blah. So, yep,
100%, and that's exactly what it was. It was like, but if you want to do this, you need to do this right.
Yeah,
and you need to understand. And you know, it's so crazy the way even right now when I think back to all the things the places that he would take, you know, the things that we would do, it was me building and understanding not just about how to make music. That part wasn't the hard part. The hard part was understanding how to respect this culture.
Yep.
Like, I remember being in places and meeting people like, you know, Uncle Ralph McDaniels, or you know, like so many people that are pivotal and important to this culture, and being around these people, and he was helping me build my voice and who I wanted to be. Because to be totally honest, at the time, I think I probably sounded like a wannabe anybody who was hot at that time on the radio. This is like 2000,
like a trend, like the voice trend.
Like I was probably a mix of Fabulous and who I don't even remember, like whoever. Like I was me, but I didn't have, you know, I didn't accentuate who I was yet. I was kind of doing what most, you know, kids that are trying to rap do at the time. They just jump on whatever's hot, whatever the trend is. And what he was doing in hindsight was really helping me realize who I was and articulate who I was. Now, go back really quick to me in high school, sitting at the table with the brothers talking about the politics or or whatever's going on, because that's just something that I was genuinely interested in. I would sit at the feet of my grandparents while they would watch, the cable news or whatever it is, and listen to their conversations, and because they were, politically active, and they were opinionated, and so I had that in me. So to make a long story short, Du and I thought it was the most genius thing for me to do was to name my album Election Day, because they called me the president. They called me President Kyle Will at the time. They still, I mean, that's still me. You
still get that title. That
yeah,
name,
I'm a political science major.
Yep, there you go.
I so Du, and that's something that I really credit Du for, because he looks into what you do and what you are passionate about and what comes natural to you, and that's what came natural to me. That's something that I was passionate about. That's something that I feel like I could articulate very well in my music. And President Kyle Will, Election Day. My first single was called Hail to the Chief, and it's fire. It's very fire. People can find it on YouTube. The video is crazy, and it went, I mean, maybe not any commercial success or anything like that, but it did really well, and it had a lot of buy-in in our area. I have songs with Tretch from Naughty by Nature, man. I have songs with Do It All from Lords of the Underground. Like, what more could you want as a
you can't ask for more than that. Whatever I put like this, a lot of artists, we start to tend to fall into the gap of, like, I was telling my son this. There's two different groups. There's people that are creatives, and there's people that are I consider it more of like just a worker, like someone that is taught something, they can do it very well, and they continue their life. But like a person that is a creative, you don't really find joy. You can find like little pieces of happiness, but you never find joy unless you're creating your art. So you can work at a job and have fun and make money and do whatever, but there's a lot of people that you'll see that you would much rather live your life, enjoy your life, creating things because you're creative, and you won't feel that way unless you do that. So, kudos to him for seeing that in you, and then, helping you, like, guide you along the way, because that's what a lot of people don't get, especially Black men. We don't get a lot of like mentors. Like, I have a lot of guys that are in my life that are mentors, especially, shout out to June Archer. He's a big guy. My, brother-in-law, Michael Bivens. Like, those are people that have stayed out. My
June
other
Archer, are you
JTL.
talking about special ed?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Come on,
that's my
man.
guy. June Archer.
Yo, shout to special ed, yo. Shout to my Jamaican massive.
Yeah, that's my guy. Like I said, my other brother-in-law, JTL. Like these are guys that you pick up little gems from, and then you apply it to you. And then obviously throughout life, you're gonna go through certain things. You're gonna learn certain things. Things they're gonna go well. They're not gonna go well. And then you pass on more gems to the next generation. So like, seeing this, talking to you, seeing what you guys are doing. You start with the industry. You got your connection. Let's talk about what you and Du are doing for the community in the future. With this, you can do it all. This is something I saw and I was like, what? Because I'm an artist. I saw the picture, I saw the book. I was like, man, this is crazy. What? Like this is cool. It was a cool thing. I think I saw him.
Thank you, man.
Making that. Yeah, kudos to y'all. He's in the elementary school. Obviously, Du is in politics now. He's councilman in Newark, and then
which is crazy because I was the president and I was.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
first.
it's like a bit of a circle, right? He goes into it,
crazy,
and then he's using his influence from one avenue of art, making something else. He's working with you.
Yeah.
How did the book come into play? Like, how did that come into play?
So that's a great question, and I won't belabor it, but I'll say I went through a lot of different transitions in my life. So I was living in Connecticut for a while, where you're from, because I was working at ESPN.
Okay. My daughter works.
My wife. Oh, dope. So she's in Bristol. She understands. It's not much up there, besides the campus. But my wife and I, at the time, my fiance, my wife and I, we moved to Connecticut. We start this new life. I stopped doing music. I go through a lot of different transitions. That's a whole other story. But just to answer, I'm illustrating this to answer your question. So I go through this whole media thing, this new identity. I'm a producer. I'm producing these podcasts and radio shows and stuff like that. I found my way at Spotify. I'm like loving life. I'm doing and then everything changes for me in 2023. I get laid off from Spotify.
Okay.
While I'm on paternity leave, right? So
that's wrong on their end, but okay, yep.
Bro, I'll never forget. I'm watching like The Wire. I'm watching some rerun of The Wire for the 3,000th time, and I get a text from one of my guys like, "Yo, I heard about the layoffs. Just want to make sure you're all right." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I go, find my laptop wherever I do it because I'm like, I'm on leave for 6 months. Shop to the Scandinavian countries. Spotify gives you 6 months paternity leave, and I find out anyway. Make a long story short, so I go through this whole transition where I'm like, "Yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do." Like, I'm on paternity leave, I have a severance and all that, which is fine, but I'm like,
what do I do afterwards?
Yeah, like I'm messed up. Of course, one of the first people I was talking to about it was Duke. And I'll never forget this, man, because he was like on a set of like a television show, and I just pulled up on him, and he was like, "Yeah, man, Kai, man, that's messed up, but you're smart, man, and you always figure things out, so you'll figure it out, and you'll land somewhere." Very reassuring, like very reassuring.
They even sound like him.
That. But I'm like, "Yo, man, but I don't know." And then one thing I know about him, in that moment, I'm looking at him and I'm like, "Yo, man, if anybody says it's going to be good and I'm going to believe it, it's going to be him," because I know personally some of the peaks and valleys that he's gone through in his life, in his career, and so forth. So I took that. I was stewing on that for a while. And then I was thinking about it. I was thinking about my own personal ups and downs, which is not like, God forbid, I had any terminal disease or anything like that. Like, it was just
everybody has it. Everybody goes through it. Yep.
But I was thinking about that, maybe a little bit of self-loathing or whatever. And I was thinking about him, and I was thinking about what he said. And then I just kept thinking about like, peaks and valleys. And I was like, it'll be dope, because I know what I'm going through right now, and I have young children. I know that everybody is going through this thing where Instagram and LinkedIn are like highlight reels. Like, you go on Instagram, everybody's buying a new house.
Everything's great.
Engaged, everything's great. You go on LinkedIn, everybody got the new job. Everybody got the new promotion. And I'm like, for a lot of us,
that's
real. Not it right
not
now.
Reality.
It's
not reality.
We're not doing that at all. So,
I mean, the person, all right, put it like this. The person that, or people that have good sense, I don't want to say common sense, but they have good sense, they understand that what you're looking at is not reality, but it's kind of like, it's entertainment, so it's like an escape from reality by using reality. It's a weird, like, back and forth phenomenon that we utilize things, so we only really show the good things that are happening. You know what I mean? Right. Very seldom you see people posting a whole bunch of like bad stuff that's happening to them.
About losses. And just as human beings, we lose way more than we win. When you're learning how to walk as a baby, you fail way more than you walk, right? So with that mindset and with all that, I said it would be dope if we create a bunch of stories in that vein, like one of the first stories in You Can Do It All, which is our children's book that we wrote together, is about young Dupre. The character is Dupre in the book, and how he goes out for the school play. And he practices and tries really hard and fails. Doesn't get cast in the school play, but continues to work hard and doesn't give up. And then boom, the next year he's got the leading role. He's in the play. And the story is a bunch of those things, because what I really want to reinforce is the resilience, the perseverance, the journey, the trying over and over and over. And we wanted to do something digestible and do, because I've been on Du for maybe 2 or 3 years now to do his memoir, and I'm still on him because I think it's an incredible story. But to his credit, and he's right, it's still being written. Like, his story is still being written right now.
Done. But do that, dude. Handle that, all right? Take care of that, dude.
I want it to be digestible for children. Du is a father. He just had his first child. Beautiful boy. I have 3 children. That's a big part of my identity and what I'm very proud of in my life. And I wanted to, like, quite frankly, man, I really want to do something like I worked in music and I've done that, and I understand that, certain things like I can't take my kids to go to certain things in the
you
music
can't go everywhere
business and industry. Yeah. So, but with something like a book, I mean, they can go on this journey with me. They can be a part of this journey.
Yeah.
They can be involved. So I took all of those things, and I presented the idea to do. I said, yo, let me know what you think about this. I want to do a book. I want to call it You Can Do It All. I want to do it with you. I want us to put this together. And I gave him the whole play. And dude, man, he was like, yo, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. As long as it matches, I mean, let's do it. Get it done.
Yeah. But it was let's do it, but it wasn't like, but let's do it, but you do it.
You do it. Yeah.
Because I'm busy, Let's do it, but you do it.
Yeah.
And I challenged myself, man. I went out there, I taught myself, I learned a lot. I got with a graphic designer who was somebody that I was working with. I paid them because I believe in, people getting compensated for the work that they do. So I paid them what I had, to create these characters. And we sat down for 3 months, really intentionally, designing what we want this character to look like, because I wanted him to be vibrant with bright eyes, and I want him to be a black child that was beautiful. It's a great cover.
It's a great cover.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And then and we got the book done. I learned about self-publishing and ISBN numbers, and and of course, do help me, throughout this journey. But a lot of it was like, we figured it out to the point where now, we have this book. It's published under our publishing company. We're doing everything in-house. We have puzzles, we have mugs, we have coloring books. We're going on this tour right now to different libraries and bookstores.
Yeah, I think I saw one of his videos. He was at a school, or it looked like a school, elementary school. So that's gonna be great, man. Like you, because you don't. All right, put it like this: when you're a teacher, when you help any child, that child is going to grow up to be an adult at some point, hopefully, right? And you don't know what the impact that you are doing or they're going to see and how that's going to apply to their life in the future. So, just attaching that, being positive, helping young kids. I mean, like I said, this is a blessing.
Thank you.
I don't see it as being anything that's more or less based on anything that's happened in the past or any issues with school systems and all this other stuff. But the reality is, like, you guys are helping bring light to something that's probably not even talked about in adults. I mean, like, most people they kind of are more focused on, like you said, like the Instagram, how things look versus reinstilling the values of hard work and patience and perseverance and things like that. And they're, more people are more focused on, I just need to get some money. I got to get a trend. I got to be in front of the camera. I need to look perfect versus what does it take to actually get to the end? Don't focus on the money, focus on the art, so
and embrace the journey, man.
Yeah, that's part of it.
It's beautiful, and it's beauty in the pain. It's beauty. I love hearing, especially now that I'm a little older and a little less. I mean, quite frankly, I could care less about what people think. I'm
you get to that age. It's like, I don't, it's whatever. I don't care.
Yes, it's really like what it really is. What it is, and I like to hear other people kind of talk about that, not in like a complaining way or like a like everything is terrible. Not that, but I just like to hear, because you hear that, especially when you listen to podcasts or watch shows about people that are really, really successful. They tend to, in my experience anyway, they tend to talk more about the failure than they talk about the triumph, and they talk about the journey a lot more than they talk about the destination. Yeah,
because when anyone that has gone through a difficult time to get somewhere, whether it be you lost a whole bunch of weight and you feel better, you're an athlete, you're an artist, you're an actor, you're a writer, you struggled in the beginning, now all of a sudden now you're making money. The reality is that if you're a person that values that, you typically value that over the outcome. You value the struggle, because you can't get there, like they say, there's no light without dark. There's no successes without loss. Like, you have to be willing to understand it's part of it. So if you're a person that comes into it and like, I just want the money, well, I mean, that's great, but you understand it takes some time and losing things and sacrifice and all that to get there. Where is that? And if you're not taught that, typically you don't end up being at the end successful. So
and mostly you're not happy either.
Yeah, you're not.
You're chasing something that's fleeting, that's fickle, that can come and go. Like, nah.
We had a conversation tonight about that, and me and my wife, we were talking about that because we always talk about our kids and trying to make sure that they're good and we're doing our part and stuff like that. And that's a very big value that has been lost. Especially, I don't like to feel too old or whatever, but especially in that term, like in this generation, kids have lost, like you said before, the mentorship of people explain to them like what should be valued versus what you see is the value. And there's two totally different things. Understanding patience, discipline, loss, and absorbing that and being okay with that typically makes you stronger, so that when you are in those rooms, when you do get that contract, you know what to do with all that stuff, because okay, wait a minute, that's money, but like I'm this guy. I'm not the guy worrying about, okay, I got to drive a Lamborghini. I'm okay. I mean, I got it, and I got the money in the bank. I'm going to diversify my portfolio. Like you have the wisdom. You don't have just, I have the image. And I think that's one of the pieces that a lot of the younger groups, they have to get that from our generation, passing it forward, and then the grandfathers and things like that. It's hard. Right. Hopefully the book. It looks like it's definitely educational with this.
Definitely, man. It's educational. I mean, obviously, it's in the vein, or in the, it's written in a way for children.
Yeah,
so
of course.
It's educational for children, but it's also, I think my hope, because this is where I was at the time, that it will be educational for adults and parents, in the sense that, not in the sense that they're going to learn anything that they don't already know, but it's going to reinforce, because I genuinely feel this way. I feel like if I read something like this to my daughter or my sons at the time when I might have felt however I felt at the time, like unsure or insecure or just in limbo, I probably would have appreciated this book a lot more than the kids.
Yeah. I mean, as a parent, see, all right, for one, you come at it just like I come at it. Like, it's totally different when you're a person trying to figure yourself out, and then when you figure yourself out, now you got to teach someone else how to do it. And you got a kid, you got a person that okay, you're responsible for, but like, that's a big responsibility. And no matter how many books you read, how many people that you have in your life giving you advice, you raising your child is just an intricate experience that you can't explain. It's not replicated. No person is the same. So
exactly,
you said you get that one book and you're like, man, that book gets it. I feel comfortable now. I feel like I'm all right. I'm all right. I saw that, like, it automatically clicked. It was like, yup, daddy mode. Yup. Remember that moment. I remember those. So all right. So with that, my last question for you is, now you got the book, we know about your career. Obviously you're going to keep in that vein of helping and using your wisdom, your knowledge to pass on. Where do you see yourself in like 5 years? What's the future for Khairi? What do you see? Man,
I feel like we're going to have a lot more books.
Okay. Let's go.
But even more so than the books themselves, we're going to build an apparatus, for lack of a better term, where we're going to be with an education. And I don't mean like we're making it an accredited school or anything like that, but I want to take what we have in terms of knowledge and in terms of the will to want to, instill mentorship, like you said. And we want to do that in a lot of different ways. Like I'm having conversations with different educators at schools where we're going to have, do come and give lectures and give conversations. We're going to create curriculum. We're building curriculum rather. And we're going to create environments where we can take all of this like really cool, shiny, dope hip hop stuff, package it up, and use it in a way for good. We're gonna, inspire some of Dude's contemporaries and colleagues, some of my brothers, and
get them involved.
Get them involved, man.
I told you gonna have a whole fleet a whole series of books with different characters. You're like, yo,
that's a big dream of mine.
There you go.
Is for I'm not gonna say who it is because it's not my information to sell. I just heard this secondhand from dude, but a very big popular, not your brother-in-law, but a very big popular, very influential rapper hit dude and told him how inspired he was by this book, and not just the book itself, but the initiative to
do it,
to educate the children.
Yeah, that's the point.
He wants to do it now.
There you go. Before we talked offline, one of the things that I always read, and being of age and seeing certain things and being in different industries and things, the reality is like we were talking about before, when you create something, it's not gonna be like that, but you doing it, staying consistent, like Denzel says, staying consistency, that creates the possibility, because what happens if you don't do anything. It's not gonna happen.
Nothing. Yep.
So if you put it out there, you're gonna see people like, oh, I was thinking about making this, and this is the perfect medium that I can use. Maybe I couldn't make a movie, or I didn't know if I wanted to write a novel, but like I could be a kid's book. I can write, and I could be a part of that, and then there you go.
It's so crazy. Like, yo, shout out to
my
brother Dave. That is God.
It's God right there.
My brother David Ruiz, who also just published a children's book, and he told me his story and everything that he's going through in terms of the journey to make the book and things like that. And he also works for like a printing company, right? Okay. We're just comparing notes and talking about the struggle of, learning this on the fly, being an author and all this stuff. And he said, oh yeah, by the way, I'm putting together this like 6-foot banner to use when we go to like pop-ups and stuff like that, or just good marketing material, and I can get at a really good price. All you have to pay for is like the stand, and I can print it for you if you give me your image. And I'm like, say what now? He's like, yeah. And I'm looking at the prices like, this stuff is not cheap.
No,
like,
no, that's not.
He's like, no, Kai, like, yo, I see what you're doing. You're taking out the time to have a conversation with me and vice versa, where, I want to be able to help you in any way I can. And this is how I want to help you. I want you to, create this banner. And that's just like, somebody might hear that and be like, okay, cool, like whatever. He worked at a print shop, so you guys made a banner. But that meant everything to me, because that's what you're talking about. Yeah. That's creating community. Yeah. Like, I feel like when I would be at the feet of my grandparents, I would hear them so often talk about, we didn't have much, but this person had this person had that, this person
have a lot,
and we brought that.
You have that community. If you got this person that's helping, okay, well, maybe they don't have the mindset, but they got the money. Okay, we got money. Yep. We got someone that has the technicality. They can understand the mechanics or whatever we need. This person knows accounting. This one knows the taxes. This one knows they're talkative. They know how to relate and communicate with people. And then you get all those weapons, those resources going to the army. You get all those weapons and resources, right? and then you have the ability to adapt. That's the key component. If you work as a team, you work as a team so you can adapt to anything, because somebody got something that we're going to use, that we can use in this situation versus that situation. And you don't have to be so reliant on just one particular thing. You work as
knowing everything, doing it all. Yeah.
I think that's how it starts though, right? You start like you can do it all, but do you have to do it all? That's the thing.
Exactly. And you don't do it all at once.
No.
Doing it all is like not even always you, like, to your point, it's not always you yourself that's doing it all.
No,
it's you knowing that if you create this community, we can do it.
Do it. Yeah.
So
that's what I was saying with mine. I was just like, I saw a niche for me, because I like communicating with people. I like seeing what people are doing and then broadcasting it for other people to see that maybe you're not on the same radar. So the reality of just creating that space and then being a part of that, where now I know you and I know you through I didn't know you directly, but now I know you, and you don't know what's going to happen from this point on. So it's like you have to think about that as like everyone has their timeline and everyone interacts with people, but you don't know for what reason. You know what I mean? So there's always a plus when you open the space to say, yeah, come in, we can talk. You know, that's why they say the open door policy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm pushing you aside. I got my money, stay over there. Like, you know.
Yeah, and far too long our culture has been that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
Or should I say we're getting back to the community, because I feel like it goes in and out. Like,
yeah, I mean, depend, like with the current climate in this particular country, it's been like that. But I mean, you will get it from time to time. It doesn't mean that it's always the great. Like you talking about 2001. You got 9/11. I mean, people were like this. It did, all that other stuff went out the window because it was like, we all got it. We all gonna come. Like now you got everybody. You know what I mean? So you never know how life works. And all I can say is when you're dealing with like something like for you, you opening that door and just going out and saying, I want to do this. You don't know the outcome, but you let that door open, and now you're gonna see.
Yeah, and I'll say this one last thing about this process. Just to the difference between working in media, doing music, and working in children's literature. Man, people want to help you, man. They want to help you. These librarians, it's for kids. And that's what it is. It's for children. Because that is the common denominator. Most of, I'd say 99% of people love children and want to do what they can to make children smile. And
if you can help a child, this is just from even a marketing standpoint, back when I was, developing products and things like that. If you can get a child to like your product, right? Not something that's like going to hurt them, like rot their teeth and all that other stuff, but like something genuine that can help a kid, and the parent looks at like that's a benefit, but the kid also likes it, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over because
it's true, man.
Because the kid is going to be like, Ma, I want this. And the parent's going to be like, but that's a pretty good idea. That's not like, oh, I want ice cream every day, or I want, fast food, or I want something that can teach me about ethics and morals and values. And that book's cool. Oh, this done deal. Sign me up. Write the check. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
I only hope great things for you and anybody else that is connected with y'all. I saw that and I was like, man, it was inspiring to me. That's why I said I want to get you on the show. I want to talk about it. So that's what
Thank you, man. And I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, we're gonna
talk
do it
more.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Like I said, every book I'm gonna be like, look, Kai, what up? The next book, I got you next week. Like that's what it is.
Let me just announce it right here, because we already are developing. I mean, not actively, but the idea is there. We really want to do something to help the community for children that struggle with autism. Not struggle. The struggle is not the right word, but that live and deal with being on the spectrum.
What a great thing. My wife is a teacher, and she deals with a lot of. She's been dealing with over the years. When you're dealing with kids, that plays a part. When I was teaching martial arts, it would play a part. So you have a separate space for every kid individually. But then given the senses of where they come from, whether they come from a certain type of lifestyle, learning, any type of deficiencies, anything that you see it as a teacher, but then you also feel like as a parent, what I mean? You feel a little bit like, I gotta be here. I gotta do my part. I gotta deal with this. I gotta, help this kid because it's a kid. You know what I mean? They didn't plan on certain things. They don't have they're not biased. They say stuff out of their face. That's funny.
Yeah,
sometimes. They're real blatantly honest. You'd be like, you haven't learned that yet. Huh? You haven't learned how to say that, right? But
no filter, man.
No filter. That's what's up. What? Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, man, I appreciate everything. Definitely shout out to you, and the rest of the team. I definitely want that book. I will be buying a couple of them. I'll be promoting a couple, when I have on my show, when I'm around. There's a dope thing, and even from an artistic standpoint, I love the fact that you made the cover a certain way. It illustrates a certain image. It perpetuates positivity, and I'm all about that. So that's what's up.
Thank you, man.
We're gonna close with our shotgun questions. Which
this is the hard part.
Guests. I give you 5 questions that are your preference. So we learned about your professional life. Now we're gonna learn a little bit more about your personal preferences. So you can answer it as quick as possible. You can elaborate as much as you want. But it's gonna be like this or that. Okay?
Got it.
So first, right off the bat, who is the GOAT? Tupac or Biggie?
Oh, damn. GOAT, greatest of all time. I have to give it to Tupac. And the reason I have to give it to Tupac is because when you're talking about an entertainer or artist and you're talking about the greatest of all time, you're talking about everything, right? Because Tupac is a great actor. He's a great artist, MC. Biggie's clearly a better lyricist. And I think he may, I even the song making is arguable, right? Because Tupac got some big hit records too. But I mean, as far as the way that Tupac Shakur has inspired a nation, a culture and a nation of people that have his name still resonates and his influence still. He's like Bob Marley and Malcolm X. Like he goes far beyond. He lived 25 years on Earth, and I think it's like 25 years later, and he's still like one of the most important people in hip hop. So I love Biggie, but Tupac.
Okay. Biggie, Tupac. All right. Yeah. Who won the war, Jay or Nas?
Damn, yo, that's hard, bro, because
it's not easy. That ain't an easy question because, like I said, it depends. If you lived through it, you saw, and you look back, you see the numbers and people got stats and all that stuff. But
listen,
playful banter. Who won? Who you think won?
Not ask me this 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I say Jay because Jay, But now look, Nas is opening the Resorts World Casino in Queens and the ring stuff he's doing, all the stuff he's doing on the business side, and he's got a Grammy, and he's got all these classic albums with Hit Boy. Yep. So you can't just throw, you can't throw Nas out like that. Plus, plus, see, I'm gonna give it to Nas. You know what? I love Jay, but I'm gonna give it to Nas. You know what else? Because for everything that we just talked about community and about giving back and about putting on, Nas and his company Mass Appeal, just this year alone, has helped put out albums by Raekwon, Ghostface, Mobb Deep. I think he has something to do with Slick Rick's album, and he has his own album coming out with Primo. Okay. So he cares so deeply about the culture, not just for himself and people on his crew. He wants everybody to come out and have quality music and quality representation. I gotta say it's Nas, man. That boy Esco is different, yo. And he bossed up on the business side.
These questions put like this. I tell everybody, these questions are not questions that you can really win on. It ain't like it's not something that's like a blatant like, oh, everyone is agreeing. Like it's just your preference. That's why I like to see, because it shouldn't.
It's hard though, because you
should be an easy question, because it's like, okay, you know what I mean? So
because Hove is Hove, man.
That's it. Hove guy.
Then the guy.
Hove is Hove. That's it. Hove is Hove. And like I said, I love both artists, and I've had people come on and say they like Nas over Jay over Nas. It's just who it is. You know what I mean?
One thing I can say about Nas too, he said something about Ivan Van Sertima once in a rhyme. And I remember my boy was like, "Who the hell is Ivan Van Sertima?" He was like,
"Oh yeah, he knows
stuck on this line,
culture and stuff." Yeah.
And then looked it up, and like, yo, forget music, forget hip hop. We had a whole mind blowing experience on this book before Columbus, and went through this whole new rabbit hole. So yeah, Nas is that guy.
Okay, off music, better director, film director. Okay, we talked about entertainment and everything like that. Spielberg or Cameron?
James Cameron or Steven Spielberg? Damn.
I gotta throw a movie thing in there.
Yeah, no. Let me see. I feel like saying Steven Spielberg is so cliche, but he has the work. Like he has the body of work to really back it up. But so help me out here, because James Cameron is obviously Avatar, right?
Terminator, Avatar, Titanic.
Oh, Titanic, damn. That's right. Wow.
Either one of them is nothing to play with. Either one of them. James Cameron, out of the top five, I think high, well, I mean, I guess it's like this is a analytic, but out of the top 5 movies of all time, highest grossing movie, he has like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean that,
and you know,
you can't lose. You can't lose, Big James. You can't lose this team. So it is what it is.
But for the sake of not being cliche, because I feel like anybody that would just hear those names just throw Spielberg out there because that's like in vogue or whatever.
Yeah.
But also because the diversity of his movies and for the stat that you just threw out there too, I'm gonna go with James Cameron.
Okay, that's what's up. All right. The GOAT, NBA, the GOAT. Jordan, LeBron.
Damn, I knew that was coming. I knew that one was coming.
You talked about the Nets. I know you're a Nets fan. So
yeah,
let's talk about it. Who's the GOAT?
Oh man. You know what? I'll say LeBron. I'm not going to cower away from that. I'm going to say LeBron.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with me being a millennial. It has nothing to do with me hating on Jordan. I think Jordan is. Who cares what I think? It's a fact that Jordan is like Jordan. Jordan is a beast. Like, you know, all the individual success and everything that he has. On the court, if you just when it comes to team success, obviously you have to give it to Jordan because of the championships. But I hate the argument of 6 rings and championships when we talk about a team sport. Because the question is individually, Jordan or LeBron, not the Bulls or the Bulls and Wizards against the Cavaliers, Heat, Lakers, and where else did he play? I think I'm missing one. He moved around a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said.
Cavaliers twice.
It's debatable because, you know, the two differences is that Jordan got all of his rings on the same team. LeBron got his rings on several different teams. So it's like, you know, if you were to argue, like, who is the better team player, there is a debate there that you could say LeBron is the better team player. Or Jordan's the better team player because his team's won more, you know. So that's why I said these questions are never easy. It's really like who would you prefer? Or who is your guy? You know,
I'm gonna say LeBron also, and this is off the basketball court because I think we could be here all day talking. We want to compare stats and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I also get the edge to LeBron for the same reason I gave the edge to Nas earlier. It's because and I read Lucky Me. I read Rich Paul's book. Like, LeBron didn't know Rich Paul from nothing, man. Yeah. Rich Paul was a Cleveland guy that was selling jersey on the plane, selling jerseys. LeBron took to him, and they kind of just figured it out. And now, you know, Clutch Sports is probably multi-billion-dollar at this point, multi-billion-dollar company. Maverick Carter is doing his thing, running a multi-million-dollar company. I mean, LeBron put his entire team in position to be great, and he's putting his sons in position to be great. I mean, I know his sons aren't the best basketball players in terms of
but I mean that happens. I mean, you put it like this: you're comparing them to players, right? And because they are related to LeBron, the expectation is they're supposed to be like him. So there should be no reason why there should even have a difficulty doing X, Y, and Z if you're LeBron's kid. But I mean, it's
which is ridiculous.
It's hard. It's like you're talking about one of the greatest, debatable greatest players that has ever lived, and you're the kid. I mean, in a way I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, it's like you got big shoes to fill, and the father was not like he wasn't a guy that was like pushing you got to do this type of stuff. You're gonna do it,
right?
This is what you're going to get in. I'm not going to stop playing well because you want to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like, he opened the doors to so many things. I
genuinely believe, I don't know LeBron James. I don't know Brian or Bryce. But I genuinely believe that LeBron is the kind of guy where if Bronny woke up tomorrow and said, yo, I don't want to do this anymore, he'd be like, all right, cool. We'll figure it out. You do something else.
I think he would be like that. Like, he'd be like, I mean, like, you did it. You know, what else you want to do? Let's try it. Let's get it. Like, he wouldn't be like trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't
family name.
You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't seem like that. I don't know. He could be. Right. But I don't pick that up.
I'd be shocked and disappointed.
I'd be very disappointed if he did that. But I mean, who knows? It doesn't sound like that. But yeah, I give it to both of them. I saw Mike. you know, when growing up, that was the guy. That was my guy with basketball. You know, I love LeBron's game. I think they're two different types of players.
Definitely.
I mean, it's debatable.
LeBron is closer to probably Magic than to Jordan. Jordan and Kobe are more.
Magic's a legend too, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, the hell yeah, man. Magic. I don't think he gets talked about enough. He changed the game, man.
Yep, changed it. The last question, going into the last, I guess, this or that. Greatest of all time, Ali or Tyson?
Ali.
That's what's up.
And
yeah.
And God bless Tyson when he's no longer with us.
Scariest person still on earth.
Nah, definitely, man. He's a killer, man. Everything that he did inside the ring is people are gonna respect that and remember that. But I think even though people still remember what Ali did inside the ring as well, I think Ali is revered, remembered, respected, and cherished even more so for what he stood for than what he did inside the boxing ring.
Yep.
And I think that when you go outside of the boxing ring, aside from him doing really well for himself as far as changing his life and becoming an entrepreneur in the cannabis space and you know, doing this podcast and stuff like that and all that, but outside of that, it's nothing. And I mean, this is subjective because maybe some people will disagree, but
all of it is because you think about it in detail. We don't know all the ins and outs of everything. We can just calculate what we know of, you know, we know of this stuff. But the people that know them, like that's their people. I mean, they could have their own opinion about it.
I'm sure there's a Tyson enthusiast that'll tell me, well, what about this? You don't know about this. You don't know what he did this. But just, you know, from where I sit, I don't think there's too many people that say, yo, Mike Tyson inspired me to want to do this or do that or whatever, you know. But Ali, it's people that don't even watch boxing that are inspired by Muhammad Ali to this day. People that, like, my kids probably could rattle off a Muhammad Ali quote. I know for a fact they've never seen him box. You know, so...
And that's like a what is it? It kind of shows the relevancy of that particular story, because if other great people were inspired by this person and they felt like, oh, I had to do this because he did it, that shows like that person's greatness as well. Like I said, we were talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron. Like the idea is that for a lot of people, there would be no LeBron if there was no Mike. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you can't really put him in the same category. You can never really compare him because Mike was Mike, LeBron is LeBron, and LeBron will inspire somebody else that people will say, oh my God, this is the greatest ever living. You're like, nah, man, LeBron is like, come on, you didn't see LeBron. You didn't see Bron. You know what I mean? You didn't see Bron. We gonna be talking about it when we old, when the kids be like, no, this dude he's the bastard. You know, he's 7'3", you know, like you didn't see Bron.
That's what they're gonna be saying about Wemby.
Yeah, he's like, you didn't see him. You didn't see this. So, all right, bro. So those are my shotgun questions. I appreciate you being on the show. Like I said, anytime we're gonna do this again. But for anyone that doesn't know how to get in touch with you, where are your contacts? How can they get in touch with you if they want to reach out?
Instagram, hit me up, Khairi_Williams, KHAIRI. Do It All University is our, I guess, company page, where you can follow the link tree and you can get involved with everything that we have going on. So right now it's the book and the puzzles and coloring books and things like that. But very soon it's going to be a lot more, you know, in terms of, you know, building curriculum, going on lecture circuits. Obviously still the music, he's touring to this day and doing a lot of great things for the city of Newark on his side. But in terms of me, also, if anybody that has a brand or a small business that you are trying to align with influencers or people that can help you go to the next level, I work with a PR firm called the Legion Media Group out of New York City. And I mean, from, you know, artists like Zeddy Will to Honey Baby to, different brands. We specialize in, taking your vision and taking it to the next level. So partnerships at thelegionmediagroup.com. Hit
Okay.
me up, send me an email there. Let's have a consultation. Let's figure that out.
Let's go. All great things, bro. Like I said, I pray that everything is great for y'all. It continues success.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'll be supporting y'all. Anything you need from my end, let me know. And like I said, I appreciate everything being on the show. It was great. It was fun. And then we should do something when the next book comes out. All right, I'm gonna get an exclusive, and then we'll take care of that. All right.
I see a spot on the wall that we need to have, right there. And
like I said, I'm waiting. I want that book. It's gonna be up there. It's gonna be up there. Bro.
Yeah, we get that signature on it, then we get it right out to you.
Let's go. Appreciate it. All right, man.
I thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt. Peace out.
Peace.